Hey, what's up, guys? Shadow Steel here, and welcome to another episode of Railworks Sundays. It's been a while since I've played the game. I had to do a few things here to get things working, so, you know. But, I mean, like, to make sure that everything was, like, that I knew the controls again, so, yeah, that's that. But, yeah, we're playing Railworks Sundays, and we're running on the Western Maryland, because, just a few days ago, as of this recording, the Machine Rails actually announced that their new Western Maryland locomotive should be out on December 20th of all days. So we're actually getting another locomotive on December 20th of the Western Maryland. Looks like we got another train coming up here. He did say that we have another train in the distance, and here she is. I always love the chuff sounds on these locomotives. They're not bad compared to the 1522. Loaded coal drag, right? Yep, loaded coal train, not drag. There's no, yeah, it's not a long train, but it's fairly long for its size. Right, these are going off on our train here. Guns. He's not gonna blow it, but why not? Alright, he's clear, so I'm going to turn on my headlight now. And we're going to set the reverser forward. Not that far forward. There we go. We're good. Got Locomotive 803 here. I don't think I've actually run the Western Maryland H9 on a video, so this will be interesting. Should be given clear. Oh, we got the clear. That's the brakes. Set it to run. Should have the switches lined and live. Alright, we're good. For those of you that don't know, this locomotive is the H9 class, the 280s from Western Maryland. Many of you may be familiar with their so-called replicated sister number 734 over the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad. 734 is not actually an H9 and was never rostered as an H9. She's actually of a different railroad altogether, but was made to look like an H9. Which is why most, like, this locomotive kind of looks similar to that. So, we're going to reduce the reverser here. Now we're moving a bit. We're going to kind of set it around 15. There we go. Got the safeties blowing. It's going to be a while before that kind of calms down a bit, so. Alright, well, we're clear of the siding and we're clear of everything else, so we're good there. But yeah, the Western Maryland 734 was a locomotive that the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad operated for quite a few years before she actually she was retired essentially when they got 1309, and it was mainly just due to the fact that they just needed the power at that point. Like, there was a lot. Now I think I've talked about 734 and her, like, not 734, 1309 and her kind of disaster of a restoration here, but already, but she's one of the few, like, 734 was an icon of the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad, and when you look at these locomotives, the H9s in particular, you can definitely tell where, like, people see, like, oh yeah, that's the Western Maryland. That's the Western Maryland in a nutshell. Alright, we can start opening up the throttle here. Alright, we're picking up speed here. The transition for the chuff's a little weird, but, fine. Got her open, wide open, boys. Gonna get 49 miles an hour on the Western Maryland side of the Beano Mountain sub of all things. So yeah. But yeah, like 1309 and 17, like, the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad was beating the hell out of 734 towards the end of her life. So, alright, we are going quite fast here. I'm gonna cut down the throttle here. There we go. You hear this tire squealing now. But 734 was the workhorse of the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad since the 1990s and was retired, I believe, in 20... Oh god, was it 2017, 2018? I gotta look this up later, but oh dear lord, we are moving! But yeah, she was retired like almost 30 years later after she was brought back to service for the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad. And that's quite a service life for a tourist railroad locomotive. Now, there's been other locomotives in tourist operations that have worked longer lives. I mean, look over to the Durango and Silverton. Many of the K-28s that are over there have been working on the same line for over 100 years. Quite literally. They were built in 1923, I believe, many of them. And still operating on that very same set of trackage that they've been operating since 1923. And it's just like, oh, wow, that's quite a bit of... Now, granted, they were also operated for the Denver and Rio Grande Western until the 1980s, which is another interesting fact people don't realize. The Durango and Silverton was actually operated by the Denver and Rio Grande Western up until the 1980s when they were taken over by a tourist group. The whistle's not bad on this locomotive, honestly. I've used it I've played around with it for a while. I've had it for a while. But it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, that sounds good. There we go. There across the bridge. It's funny, I've used the B&O mountain sub assets for a long time. I didn't even know those things were there. Little power lines on the side of the bridge there. Could be nice. Alright. I didn't notice that crossing. There we go. Pick up the pace. Alright. Yeah, 734 being the workhorse that she was, people are very upset over the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad and how the fact that the locomotive's just sitting off in their yard, I think in Ridgeway or something like that. It's not far from Cumberland, Maryland. But the locomotive's been sitting there since she was retired and is just rusting away, and people are very upset over that because, again, she's an icon of the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad. She's one of the few locomotives that helped make that railroad what it is today. It was such an iconic locomotive, and lately the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad has been having troubles with 1309, and you would think oh well, maybe they could restore 734 back to operation to help supplement the steam operations. No. From what I've heard about 734's condition, oh dear God, it's amazing that the thing was still running by the time they retired it. The boiler and everything was just a mess. She was shot, her running gear needed a ton of work. All this stuff that locomotive went through was oh wow, that is how did it not blow up type stuff. Oh, we need more coal in the fire. We're draining the boiler pressure. Well, no, we're fine. Keep her moving. But yeah, 734, she was worked to death, but that was because she was the icon. That's how many railroads operated back in the day. She actually, in a way, she was operated like she was in regular service. She was beat to hell and kept going and kept going and going and going. It's like the Energizer commercial. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going and going. It's one of those situations. But yeah, that was... 734 being the way she is, the icon that she is very upsetting to see her in a rusted state now. It's just aww. You never really you never really notice what you have, what you had until it's gone. Traveling alongside the B&O main line over there. Why did I say that twice? Whatever. Is that another whistle post or is that a... okay, that's a bridge coming up here. Alright, we need to cut down the throttle a little bit to gain our boiler pressure back. Because we've been traveling quite hard for a while now. But we're slowing down a little bit too as we... if I can get this boiler pressure back up, boy. We don't need water right now. We need boiler pressure. Okay. Back in the cab here. Fire looks nice. Nice orange glue. What we got up there? Yeah, we got a crossing up there. By the looks of it. No, it's a switch. Never mind. Alright, cut down the throttle. We're going to need to get some boiler pressure back up here. Okay, what we got? That's a signal over there. It's kind of a shame this route does not have a single B&O locomotive traveling on the B&O line while you're operating your Western Maryland locomotive. That would have been nice to see, like the B&Os, because there's B&O equipment in stock that you could use on this route, but they've kind of excluded it to all Western Maryland equipment, which is kind of a shame, but understandable. If you don't want to flood the route, but you know, it's quite nice to have a... oh, there is a whistle here. There we go. Is that the crossing? That's the crossing, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, why is the right one all fucked up? It's so weird. Anyway. Yeah, the 1309 has also not had a good life so far since she's been returned to service as well, which is kind of sad. Because from what I've understood, like, she's suffered several major mechanical failures since returning to service, and that's kind of why they operated quite a few diesels on their roster now. They have the two, I think, GP38s at this point. There's two GP38s that they have rostered. I think one of them suffered a turbo failure at one point. They have a Dash 7 of all things, which is actually very impressive. It's actually a nice, like, that's a big mainline diesel there. And they actually got one. Like, it's a standard cab, I think a Dash 7. Which is really cool to see. Like, that locomotive in particular, I'm really impressed. I actually want to make a reskin of it because it's really cool. But yeah, that is, okay. Now my boiler pressure's dropping still. What the fuck? Okay, cut the throttle a bit more. Yeah, build up boiler pressure here. Alright. Is that another crossing? Yes, that's another crossing. See, there's some B&O equipment, and just off on the side there. I was thinking more of like locomotives traveling down this line and kind of pacing you, like showing you that you're busy. But I guess it's because it's on steam era, and there's not really much in the way of steam era sort of equipment for the B&O Mountain Sub. But I mean, there's a couple scenarios that are set towards the end of steam era. I don't know, I might make a scenario or two for the Mountain Sub that features both the Western Maryland H9 and, you know, some other locomotives. Alright, looks like I'll need some water here. Alright, what's our next destination? It's coming up here, right? Yeah, about 2 miles out. So, following the river there. That's enough coal in the fire. Oh, it's 70% in there. We're wasting a bit. Squealing tires back there. Well, that's not a bad train. It's quite a big, long train there. I was expecting it to be shorter than that, but oh well. Alright, here we go. The amount of super elevation on this curve was really impressive. Tomatoes should take no more than 45 minutes, so that's pretty good. We're traveling steady about 38.5 miles an hour, which is not bad. With the boiler pressure we have, we can't really push it even further than that, but that's fine. Maybe reduce the reverser just a tad so we can, you know, get some boiler pressure back up. That will cut down our speed a bit, though. Let's see if I can adjust it. There we go. That should be about right. Kind of hear the chuffing being a little wonky there, but that's fine. Alright, let's build some more fire up in there. 70 was pretty good there. Still sliding around these curves quite heavily. I really do like this route, honestly. It's very nice. There's like a few of them that just like I have that are just like really nice looking. Alright, so we're at 70 there. Water's getting in the boiler there. Probably get to about 90 before we really need to kind of cut it down. I think we're going upgrade here. Alright. Maintenance of way equipment over here. We're not doing too bad. We're like only on the third one. How many do we have? Okay, we're almost we're almost about halfway through, so that's not too bad. Boy. Okay, here comes the next spot. That should be enough water. A little bit more on the throttle here. Alright. Third distance over there. Oh, we're on a side. We're like going past the siding here. Didn't even notice. Black oak, okay? Alright. Get about to 80, see if that can help get our boiler pressure building up faster here. I mean, I might turn on the blower. Give it a shot. Why not? I mean, normally the blower is meant to be for when you're standing still, but you know. You just saw that I was as I was mid-sentence too. So there she is. Not a bad run here so far. We're doing okay. Alright, that should be enough fire. Oh, well, fuck. Alright. Past Black Oak here. Doing okay. I'm honestly like Machine Rails does a great job with pretty much every piece of their equipment here. I mean, there was a reason I commissioned them for the 1500s, like the first go 1500s. Like that was just like that was the locomotive that I really wanted to see them make before anyone else. Now, granted, I did want like the first one I contacted about building that locomotive was famous TS developer Smokebox, and he was actually interested. He had actually said that, like, I think I have it somewhere on my PC, my old PC, actually. I think it's still on my old PC's hard drive. There's a screenshot I took of my conversation with him about the 1500s. And he was like, yeah, that's actually, like, that's one of the locomotives I would be interested in doing. And Yeah, it turned out like there was a bit of the issue with making the 1500s from his perspective was actually getting the drawings, which makes sense. Like you don't like you want it to be like he's one of those guys that is like legit like we got to make sure this actually looks correct. This actually feels correct. This actually operates correct. He's a realist. He's more in the terms of realism than most developers. Machine Rails and the guy behind it, like he is one of those guys where it's like legit like, oh yeah, if it's close enough, it's close enough, but it also like has to look nice, and that's what he did. Like with his stuff, like it was one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, that's like the feel of the Locomotive is nice. The feel, the look, and everything about it looks nice, but it's not like fairly realistic. Like in terms of the audio and everything, like there's still some things that could be improved, but that's kind of the benefit of the community with these games. Like the TS community is one of those communities that like they can go out of their way to really improve a Locomotive and make it look nice and feel nice and everything like that. Alright, we need a break here because we're coming up to a 30 and I'm going about 35. Okay, that should do it right there. That's enough water in the boiler. A little bit more cold. Actually, you know what? We're building our boiler pressure here. We got a crossing coming up there. Crossing over the bridge. I feel like there should be like at least some train spotted over there. There we go. Whip around these corners here. Well, nice little S-bend though, I gotta admit. And safeties again. I'll put a little bit more water in the boiler. Does that resume speed? Yeah, that was resume speed. So once we get past that, we're gonna go ahead and open up the wreck again. I mean, we're already opened up, but, you know. I mean, release the brakes. That's what I'm talking about. Now, the caboose does have a view. It's kind of goofy, but it has a view. It's one of those, like, old school cabooses, too. It's like, it doesn't really have a view, but it has a view. At least you're centered. No, you're not centered on the door. You're centered off to the side here. Why are we centered off to the side? That's weird. Weird. Whatever. Oh, we're out of the zone. All right, go ahead and release. Go on and cut the water off there. Set up the running. Go. Go ahead and open her up. Full rag, boys. Full rag. Looks like there's a constant sitting over there. Green. Where are we at now? Well, we're halfway through. Cool. Yeah, back to Machine Rails a bit. Like, I'm kind of excited. I'm really excited to see what they do with the new Locomotive that they're releasing with the Western Maryland. I forgot what class it is, but what I'm really excited for is the very next Locomotive on the list that they have planned. The Rio Grande Southern T19, aka Rio Grande Southern number 20, and that's a Locomotive I really want to see added to this game, because we have the Rio Grande Southern route, and I have a plan. And once that Locomotive is released, I'm doing my very next review of the game, very next Locomotive DLC review. With that Locomotive, because that is going to be really cool to see. Because I kind of like with Heist and his YouTube career, and kind of like saying like how he's got he works at, like I'm sure a lot of people know of Heist because of just the music I use in the background of my videos. Because he's the one that actually does the music in the background of my videos. Like I like the all the music tracks that are from that are in this video are from the old Railroads Online soundtrack. And he actually works with Rio Grande Southern Number 20, a T19. And it's really cool that that locomotive is finally making its way over to Railworks. And I'm really excited to see what they do with it. Okay, we need to drain out some water. Are we going downgrade? We're going downgrade. Oh no, we're going upgrade. There we go. Doing okay. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what they do with it. So, oh, there's a bridge coming up. I haven't rung the bell. We haven't rung the bell for a lot of the bridges, but I don't think I'll do this again because we have a crossing coming up right after this. A track down there. The people, there's not as much traffic on the roads this time. That's interesting. There's like a huge line of cars here last time, and it was like, what the hell's going on here? Holy hell! We're going downgrade? What's going on here? We just sped up like a mile a minute. Let's see what we look like back here. We're about 40. That's nice. I would like to see faster. Oh yeah, we're going downgrade because the water level dropped like a stone back there. Well, that's not too bad. That's not a bad consist back there. We do have a 25 coming up though. Let's go ahead and cut down the throttle a bit. The level in the firebox is now 69. Nice. Going through. Whee! Another ditch crosser bridge. Is that what's going on here? Now we should get ready to, we're still picking up speed. I'm going to shut down the throttle entirely. I don't think it used to do that, but oh, whatever. It's not a big deal. When they converted this to a Steam DLC, there was kind of like a bunch of things that were just wonky with it, so you got that going for you. Apply a little bit of brake. Let's get her stopped. Still flat. With water in the boiler. I have plenty of plenty of boiler pressure in there. We're not going to make the 25 limit, are we? Yeah, we're not. At least we won't derail. It's not like Derail Valley where you just run off on the track when you go to the speed, well over the speed limit. You just lose some points. Yes, I'm well aware of speeding. I got full points on the last time I ran this scenario. It's fine. I'm coming through a little town here, too. It's McCool? Is that what that town is? There we go. Now we're moving. Is that a whistle post? Oh, that's resume speed. Okay. We got to resume speed on that little S-bend there. Probably should have applied a little bit more brake. We only put about 2 pounds of pressure on it. We should have probably put a 5-pound set on it. There we go. Now we're going. Now the safety's gone too. Alright, release the brakes. Running. We're good. Got plenty of water in the boiler. We got plenty of coal. Actually, we're blowing our safety. Hello. Got a couple of pacers here. Hello, sir. He's pacing. Got another one. Kind of pick up speed here. Is that Twitch? What's his name from Payday 2? The driver? I think that's him. Coming back from a heist? Yes, I know the Payday franchise. Okay. Open her up. Wide open, boys. Get up to speed. Another one. Alright, safety's a stop going, so that's good. Next destination is Biggs? Yeah, that's Biggs. Okay. We don't have very much farther to go here. Well, that's good. Interesting. They put a house just right in the middle of the fucking field. Well, we lost about 20 points, 25 points there with that run, but that's fine. Alright, we're doing okay. Pick up speed. Alright. It's getting dark too. It's like 4 in the afternoon now. Yeah, we'll get there on time. Should get at least one run-by shot, but whatever. I like the looks of the lighting and everything. This is amazing. The clouds being a little pink and blue tint in the sky. Nice for a winter scenario. Alright, here comes Biggs. Whee! Right across the curb. You'd think we would be, like, not that, like, you don't fly around the curve like that, but okay. At least it's centered there. It's still got... Alright, here we come. There's Biggs right up there. About a half a mile out. Ah, shit. Doesn't want to roll. There we go. That's about 5 miles out, so not bad. We're going to stop at the yard there. Why do I hear buzzing? Why do I hear buzzing? Did it tell the power line's out there? Or is it just a locomotive? Something weird's going on. Whatever. We're flying along the line at high speed here. Oh, we got a 30 coming up. Fuck me. I keep just slamming the throttle open and then closing it. This time I can just go with a 5-pound set. I'm going to go with a 5-pound set this time. There you go, 5-pound set. Now it's loaded down a little too fast, but you know. Alright, 5-pound set has been done and release. Coming up to Poland. Let's kind of let it coast here. Alright, and we're picking up a little bit of boiler pressure. We were kind of running her hard, so kind of give a little bit more cold there. And plenty of water in the boiler, so we don't need to worry about that. What the hell? Go through the boiler. I think you're supposed to do that. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. There we go. Got some speed going now. That's the 30. I'm going to be going like this for a while, eh? Okay. Unless there's resume speed that I'm not aware of, but oh well. I'll cut down the throttle a bit. Oh, that's the resume speed right there. It just doesn't show up on the fucking map on the bottom there. That's funny. Alright, back here. If I'm not mistaken, that should... Yeah, we're back. Alright, good to go. Alright, we should be good. Alright, we're about 90. Alright, we can go. We can push it. Alright, next destination. It's about 2 miles away. 2.75. Luke or Lake? I don't know. Oh, that's okay. That's the second to last state. This is next point. Okay, we're almost to the end. Cool. All right. Need a little bit of water in the boat. Oh no, not really. All right, that's enough throttle there, buddy. Jesus. You don't blow the safe. If you don't blow the safeties a lot, the run gets a lot more bearable. But I've been running her hard quite a bit for this video, so that's not too bad though. I've been doing quite well, at least in my opinion. I know there's a one comment out there that's just like it's not gonna be. It doesn't bother me that I'm starting to get negative comments now that I'm closer to like 1,000 subscribers lately. But it's like, there's like a comment that made me laugh the other day, or well, a week or two ago. It was like, dude, you do realize what you're watching, right? Like to me, it's like, many people that I feel like that are watching these videos, they're not here for, they're not here to actually see me do a realistic job on these trains. They're here to enjoy just me talking and then watching the gameplay footage as a result. Kind of like a podcast format, if you will. And that seems to be the main thing that I've seen a lot of comments on the Railroads Online's videos that I've done over the years. Like, many people have said, like, oh yeah, like, I enjoy this because this is kind of like a podcast style kind of format. Like, I like having this in the background and listening to you ramble on and whatnot. Like, thanks. That really does help kind of make me, help me understand why these videos do so well. Or at least the Railroads Online videos. Railworks Sundays and all the other series. Like, I built my channel off Railworks. I think my first couple of videos were off of trains, and then the bulk of the series was Railworks. Like, that was the bulk of my series, my YouTube history. It was Railworks Sundays, and then it was Trackside, and then Transport Tuesday came in later. Yep, I'm aware we're coming into the signal. I'm gonna get a little bit of a setup on the brakes here, but yeah, it was one of those situations where like where I like my channel was built off of these like various other franchises, like various other ideas, like the early days of Railworks Sundays. It was based off of an old series that Matt Pedalston, one of the lead developers of one of the main guys behind Railworks, was doing, called Train Sim Live. And I modeled my layout of many of my older videos off of that format, where I would have the map on the side of the screen and the title of the episode above it and all this other stuff, and my face cam. Yes, I did have a face cam for a while, and that was just like, that's not gonna be like that to me. Like a face cams are difficult for me now, in terms of just like how it's designed and everything, because I went blind in my left eye sometime in 2019. And my right eye is all kind of wonky, and the glasses that I have, like, they're not great, so I can't really do like actually look at the camera and then look at the screen, because you'll see just the top of my head. It was one of those things where like, yeah, that's not gonna happen anymore. So, but yeah, like I used to have like a face cam and everything. Like I'm sure you can look up the older videos and then see like, oh yeah, that's what he looked like. That's what his Like, that's what he was. And sure, like, I've posted my face and everything on YouTube before, and it's like, but yeah, it's like, nowadays it's like, oh, yeah, that's going to be very, like, it's a very different experience now. So, but I'm really happy to see how many people have subscribed to my channel over the years, how many like views I've gotten with some of my videos. Like, again, Railworks, Railroads Online has been doing amazing. Okay, there's the traffic I was wondering about earlier. Railroads Online has been doing amazingly well over the past couple of weeks. Now, granted, timing is everything, and I timed those videos. Like, I didn't time them, but it was just coincidence that the 1.0 update was coming out shortly after those videos came out. So it's one of those situations like, oh yeah, that's a thing. That's going to be a thing now. And granted, I do enjoy playing Railroads Online, but I also enjoy playing a lot of my other train games. So you got that going for you. All right, here we go. On the final stretch here, we got the final destination just over there. Literally 25, like quarter mile. That's what it is. It's a quarter mile. Just keep the throttle open just a tad. We're gonna try and coaster over there. Granted, that's the Rio Grande signal to get ready to stop, but oh wells. Oh wells? What? I can't tell. I can't. Okay. Little bit of braking. Don't be going too fast around this point. Like, we want it to be under 10 miles an hour as we approach. So. Why is that? Why is that? Wait a minute. Did I just see what I just thought I saw? Yes. Really? Really? You put the milepost right here floating. Put it down on the ground, you little idiots. Alright, cut the throttle. We're gonna need to stop. There we go. Now we're good. My lord. We got a little stationary locomotive over there, so. Well, so that's it. Like, that's the end of this one. We've just now arrived at the yard. We're going to be pulling into the siding track here. So, I guess we'll just end the episode here. So, like and comment down below. Subscribe if you guys want more. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.